Hello everybody, hope they are good. I'm gonna try to keep this video nice and short because I went to see an apartment for a new potential real estate investment and it got a bit too late, so I apologize for that. I'm gonna try to explain myself carefully but quickly, okay? So I can upload this video as soon as possible for you. I want to start by saying what we said yesterday, okay? And it was this week behavior, all right? So we have here two very similar situations that they played out in the same way. So in this example here, you can see many wicks to the downside, okay? You can see them there, but price is not breaking from this level over here, okay? And that is basically telling you that the market maker is building his longs. And you saw yesterday the same here. Yesterday's video was pretty much about this, saying that the market maker was preparing some shorts to trigger a long squeeze because there was a lot of late long positions that needed to be flushed from out of the market, okay? And you see the same yesterday, wicks to the upside, and price not being able to break out from this zone. It's not progressing any further, and I is telling you the market maker is building his longs in these weeks, okay? Then we saw this mega red candle go to the 1 hour time frame, sorry, and you see here pretty much how we retrace this liquidity pool. That's where I took my profits here, okay, because we broke below the 1 hour 50 MA like if it was Buddha. So my take profits was this liquidity pool around 48,800. Yeah, perfect there, 48,800 exactly. Then price continued dropping a bit more. It dropped another $500. I missed that move because I already took all my profits there. And then something that, to be honest, I didn't expect for the day because I thought that this move here would have been enough volatility. But you know what? The market maker said, no, that's not the case. There is more to come. And they reversed price about straight away, retraced this new liquidity pool created there, then broke out of this zone and continue pushing price up to 51,800 is at the moment, okay? So a lot of volatility in the last 24 hours, more than I could have imagined, to be honest. Now, in today's, look, this is the indicator. I'm going to show you again, okay, to see what it's saying today. Well, basically, it's marking here the trading sessions. Is something that you can enable or disable here, okay? But pretty much it's marking here liquidity pool, Tokyo held, London pumped, and now New York, according to the trading sessions pattern, it could reverse. That's what it's telling you there, all right? Now, if that is the case, we should go to the 15 minutes time frame to have a deeper look. And we can see here how London starts pretty much here. And it's going to finish now. But you can see how it's leaving here some kind of resistance zone, okay? That's this box. We're gonna make it, I think, in white. That's a resistance zone that we can see in the chart. We're still playing around this area, and there is a chance for the market maker to push price a bit higher, hit all the stop losses, because I can imagine that some retail traders are starting to open new shorts. So it would make sense that if that's the real move and New York is going to drop today, then it would make sense first to go higher to 52,000, 52,100 or 200, and then hit those stop losses and reverse. Okay, that's in the case that they want to reverse. But what I know is that there is enough liquidity at 52,000 in this area to attack today. Basically for that reason, because the retail trader sees this zone as resistance, and some people are going to start to get nervous and say, okay, this might be the top, I'm going to start dropping, because in a higher time frame, it's true that 52,000, it's a very strong resistance. Go to the weekly time frame. We talked about this yesterday. Sorry for being so quick, but I want you guys to see the video as soon as possible. In this zone over here, you're going to see how this is resistance, okay? You can see that there is this white box. We are entering that white box. That's a resistance zone in my opinion, because here you can see we get to the area, sell off, we get to the area, we retest this as resistance in that moment, another sell off, and now we're attacking this area again. And it's what I'm telling you guys. If we manage to break above this zone, hold above it, okay, that's basically a support test, then I would be expecting continuation all the way to 60,000 at least, possibly even to 65,000. But it's true that at 60,000 we could face some resistance, basically from this area. You guys can see this, right? That resistance there between 59,000 and 61,000. That's another resistance, okay? So, yep, pretty much. If we manage to break above 52K, then we should hold this area support, continuation to 60,000, okay? And if we manage to break this zone, of course, we're gonna go to make new highs pretty quickly. But the move that I'm most interested here is basically this. Hold above 52K, and we have a nice, I think it's 15% pump all the way to 60K, because there is not much resistance on the way. You can see it there, okay? 15% move from 52K to 60K. That's the move that I'm interested in. But obviously, for that to happen, we first need to overcome this strong resistance that I imagine is going to be a resistance. And that's when the lower time frame comes into play. And we have to be careful, sorry, 15 minutes time frame. And we have to be careful that New York is not going to pull a move like this. Okay, well, possibly here, and then maybe we can start to form a range here. All right, so careful with that, because yes, if this is resistance, all this area here are stop losses that need to get hit, okay, before dropping. That's what I think. So I would say that today we should go to 52,000, and then we'll see what happens from there. If we hold that area as support, expect continuation, and if not, we could see a spike up very fast to that area and see a rejection to come back into this zone, okay? And then here we could be forming a new range. All right, so that's pretty much what I'm saying. That would be a nice 2% move. So yeah, that's pretty much everything based on the chart. Now let's go to high block capital and to the order book. The order book agrees, check that out, 52,000, okay? So based on we're going to go through high block capital to see if there are some liquidations at that area, but based on the chart, I would say that those are stop losses because it matches with what I've seen in the chart. Now let's go very quickly to high block capital, but the order book also shows a bit more liquidity to the upside. You cannot see really any red bars to the downside, right? Only to the upside, so careful. High block capital liquidation levels. You guys know the rule of the channel, liquidation levels first, then liquidation heat map. What I can see so far is that we had here that longest squeeze that we talked yesterday. You can see that delta dropping very sharply back to $4.7 billion worth of long liquidations. Again, take this number with a pinch of salt because it's not real. It's used as a reference. But you can see how a lot of long positions got liquidated, and those were especially late long positions, okay? That's what we were talking about, that potential move yesterday. Then price went back up super fast, and the delta is still very high, $21 billion. That's very high. So keep an eye on for another potential long squeeze, because that's still a lot of liquidity there, okay? Now, liquidation heat map. By the way, I'm still favoring that today we go to 52,000 at least, because that's what the chart says and the order book too, okay? Those are stop losses zone that would make sense to go to. Now, the liquidation heat map, we can see how yesterday we dropped, but we still had this liquidity area, you can see there, 51,700. I'm still very surprised that we pulled this move in the same day, the drop, and basically the continuation. Very surprised that it happened in the same day, but we got there. All the liquidations that are hit. To the upside now in the 7 days time frame, at least in the 7 days time frame, I don't really see much liquidity to the upside forming yet. Let's have another look. There it goes. Not really. Look at this. There is not really much liquidity forming up there yet. So for now, we only keep 52,000 as a target. And in the 1 month time frame, let's see if there is something new here. Wow. Yeah, there was liquidity up here. Okay, check this out. Yep, look at all these yellow lines, all the yellow bars. We've hit them. So yep, 51,900 was the last level. To the upside now, there is not really much liquidity. To the downside, there is quite a lot. Not gonna lie, but it's true that the structure might be changing. And I just want to show you that to the upside, there is not much liquidation. So I would say that all the liquidations targets have been hit. Of course, this changes very fast every day, and maybe tomorrow in the 7 days time frame we see something new. But so far, what I see is one target, and it's 52,000. Okay, a stop loss zone that also reflects in the order book. That's all that I can see for today. Then we're gonna see, of course, the reaction of the candles at 52,000. If we drop back below the resistance, then that's when I'll open a short towards 51,000. That's around 2% move we've seen earlier. That would basically be a stop loss during the New York session and a drop, and that would basically complete the trading sessions pattern. Asia holds, London pumps, New York retraces. Okay, and if we see 52,000 today and price holding above that level in that weekly time frame, that resistance, if we're holding above it, and we close at the end on Sunday, that candle as support above that resistance, then we can favor next week continuation to 60,000, which would be insane. But that's pretty much everything that I can see in the chart. Not as much as yesterday in terms of big moves. But come on, we've had a lot of volatility. Time to relax a bit, right? So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.